Welcome back. So in the last video, we were building our first automation, a form trigger that's connect to a send email step. Now let's actually run it. And before running even, let's get configure those and let's see those panel. What's this behind? What's those inside in these panels? If you click it here, it will going to open this panel. And this panel is whenever you see this panel, it's kind of you need to it shows you need to configure details over here for let's this specifically for the panel is for the form submission, and we know it's a trigger. So we discussed about the trigger in the last video. What the trigger is there, it's like a doorbell. Whenever the doorbell rings, the subsequent workflow will start going to run. And now this is a form trigger, and form this Mevro gives us the feature like you can configure the form on your own. And the use case which you can be used as this form trigger is, let's suppose you need to get the details from a user via form, so you can use this form, right? I can show you how you can use this form, right? You will get a URL, and using the URL you can use this form to get the details from a user, right? So let's first this detail. Let's going to first this my first form, and description would be can be anything like capture leads. Let's do capture leads. And here is the form elements. You enter the form title, form description, but there should be some kind of an elements means the input box, input text boxes, or kind of a date column, right? Or kind of a other detailed description space, right? So there could be multiple n number of things can be there in the form. So here we are keeping it simple. I'm just taking the first name, right? So if you see field name is mentioned, this should be the unique identifier. This will not be displayed to the user, and it's for our internal mapping purpose. And you can mention it's the first name here, and the label will be shown to the user. So I put it the first name, and the field type it going to be, you're going to decide like what field it should be. It could be text, email, number, text area, select is kind of an drop down, right? The checkbox is radio, date, file, password, hidden, right? So these can be multiple field types you can have. For simple, let me go by text here. Placeholder, you can give anything like enter name, and it can be required or not required. It's up to you. If it's required, you can open this toggle. You can enable this toggle. It will force the user to enter the first name before submitting the form. You can place a default value as well. You can give a name John, Ken, or something. It's up to you. And help text, if you want to give, you can give help text here to describe to the user what this field belongs to and what's the purpose of this field, right? You can add more fields. For now, I'm not adding it, keep it simple for now. And let's see what's below. So you see, respond when, right? So what does it mean? If you click this below, it shows once when the form is going to respond to the next node, right? So once the form is submitted, we want to respond back to the user or workflow is completed. It means, let's suppose the user just submitted the form, and it could be possible the lower block, the email block, it cannot run. So there was some failure, right? So this is just telling that you just click the show the success to the user that hey, form is submitted, you are done with that. Or one, if you select this workflow is complete, it will wait until whole workflows get completed, and then it will show the success message to the user for the form submission. So let me repeat. Form is submitted means you just submitted the form, it's captured the detail, and it's done. The window will be closed. And if workflow is complete, it means all the blocks after the form trigger, it will going to run each and every one. And if it's completed, all of them, then it will going to show the user form is submitted. For now, I'm going to do a form is submitted. Success message you can show submitted successfully. And button you can show submit. That's it. Let's do a save configuration here. As we know, we did autosave here. We'll wait a couple of seconds. It will go into autosave for us. That's a good one. And let's see what is showing the red one here. What's the issue here? Now this is an email. Credentials are not. So if you see the warning message, it clearly shows credentials not configured. Please select to hide credentials in the node settings. And another one is the email is required and subject is required. And if you see the credentials below, we needed the credentials to send the email server. Email server could be the Gmail, Outlook, or the SMTP server. SMTP server specifically means it can be GoDaddy. You might have GoDaddy email. You can have might be the Namecheap email, or it can be n number of email servers are there. Prevo is there. Other email servers are there, right? So you can configure their credentials over here, right? It's going to be the I will go, I'll share those details, right? What credential fields needed here, right? I'll go and share this thing in the video description. Here, if you see, you can mention the credential name. Let me put the SMTP. Email provider can be anything: Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, custom. I'm going to choose a custom. That's our purpose. Host will be based on the email provider you are using. It can be Gmail, Outlook, or you could have the GoDaddy, right? It's have so based on that you need to select this thing, right? And port number, just check it out. What's the outgoing port number for this, right? And SSL TLS disabled. What's the username of this particular server? Not server, I would say. Your email and password. I just need to put it here. And client host name is an optional thing. Totally, no need to put. You just click on the create credentials. I already have my create credentials created, so I won't be saving it again. I'm just going to, if it's already saved, you can just see that here. You can found it here. SMTP out secure subnet is a GoDaddy one. I'm using GoDaddy one. This is just showing the host name. If you see this SMTP out secure server.net, it's been showing the host name itself. Okay. And here you need to put the form from email. Just put it. Just make sure you're putting the form from email correct one, else it will fail. Right? From email means whichever the username you put it here in this credential, it should match with it. To email, you can put anything like whoever you want to send it your email is. So let me put it for myself. And subject can be anything like it's a lead capture. Email format, you can put it for text, I suppose, just to keep it simple. And lead capture, you can put reply to, doesn't matter, and priority you can put whichever you want, low or high. It's fine for now. Once we save this and we wait for a couple of seconds to auto save it, and it will error will go away. Okay, great. So if you see the error is gone now, and we know, make sure the workflow should be active, right? Then let's run the workflow here from using the execute workflow button. If you don't see this button, that means your workflow is not being saved. Make sure you save the workflow before running that, else you might lose the configuration settings. So let's run it. Let's see what happens here. We saw this is a form came up with a Mevro form, right? So this URL you can give it to anyone wherever you want to capture the lead, right? It's a one-time URL, right? And going to be show for until this form is being submitted, right? So make sure you give a live URL, and old URL might not work correctly, right? So let's suppose I'll submit the form. My name is John here. I submitted it, and let's see the workflow, how workflow will going to run. Let's keep this form here. So see what happened in the workflow. Submit it. So it shows succeeded. Form is successful. Form is submitted successfully, right? And we can close this here. So this is completes your workflow fully, and you can open the logs here and it shows succeeded. Okay.